Tata, thereafter, Suranam of the demigods, Asurai with the demons, Ranaha, a great battle, Paramadarunaha, very fearful, Tretamoke, in the beginning of Treta Yuga, Namadayam, on the bank of the river Narmada, Ababat, took place. Pratame, in the first Yuga millennium. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki. Thereafter, at the end of Satya Yuga and the beginning of Treta Yuga, a fierce battle took place between the demigods and the demons on the bank of the Narmada. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Herein, the Narmada does not mean the Narmada River in India. The 5 sacred rivers in India, Ganga, Yamuna, Narmada, Kaveri, and Krishna, are all celestial. Like the Ganges River, the Narmada River also flows in the higher planetary systems. The battle between the demigods and the demons took place in the higher planets. The words Pratame Yuga mean in the beginning of the first millennium, that is to say, in the beginning of the Vaisvashvata Manvantara, in one day of Brahma, there are 14 Manus, who each live for 71 millenniums. The 4 Yugas, Satya, Treta, Dwapara, and Kali, constitute 1 millennium. We are presently in the Manvantara of Vaisvashvata Manu, who is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita, Imam Vivashte Yogam, Praktaban Aham Abhyayam, Vivashvan Manabe Praha. We are now in the 28th millennium of Vaivashvata Manu. But this fight took place in the beginning of Vaivashvata Manu's first millennium. One can historically calculate how long ago the battle took place. Since each millennium consists of 4.3 million years, and we are now in the 28th millennium, some 400,000 years, that is 120,400,000 years have passed since the battle took place on the bank of the river Narmada. Tata Suranaya Surai, Rana Paramadarunaha, Tretamoke Namadayam Abavat Pratame Yuge. So thereafter, at the end of Satya Yuga and the beginning of Treta Yuga, a fierce battle took place between the demigods and the demons on the bank of the Narmada. So Srila Prabhupada, he gave a very, very good explanation about these holy rivers, like the river Ganga, Yamuna, Narmada, Kaveri, Krishna, that they are not just, they all have celestial origin. They are not just from this planet. We've all heard so many stories of how Ganga came to this earth. Previously, she was in the heavenly planet. And then, through the prayers of Bhagirath, and then Ganga came down here in order to cleanse the descendants, to cleanse his ancestors. And then, of course, Yamuna is originally in the spiritual world. Yamuna originally eternally flows in the Golok Dham. And how did she come here? Because when Lord Krishna was preparing to advent himself 5,000 years ago, so that time he had asked Srimati Radharani to also come along with him. But that time, Srimati Radharani said that I cannot come with you on earth where there is no Govardhan, where there is no Yamuna. How can I come? So Krishna said, well, it's already manifested. Govardhan is already manifested. Yamuna is already manifested. So the Yamuna, the Ganga, Narmada, these are holy celestial or divine rivers. So this is what Srila Prabhupada is mentioned here. So which means the fight that took place between Indra and Vritasura, this fight is it did not take place here on this planet Earth. This Narmada River is there. If you go to Madhya Pradesh, very big river, Narmada River, big river. But it's not the Narmada River that is here. It's the Narmada River that is in the heavenly planets. Because that's where the fighting between the demigods and the demons took place. Because usually the demigods, they rule their planets. There are so many higher planets. Indra Loka, like many Mahatala, Janaloka, many different planets are there. So, and King Indra is the king. Indra is always the king of the heavenly planet. But sometimes, Indra always makes some mistake. Sometimes Indra will offend some sages. And whenever Indra offends some sages, then the sages will curse him. And once he gets cursed, then the demons, they become predominant. So because sometimes the demigod Indra, he has to lose his post because the demons, they've come. And then they will chase the demigods out of their kingdom. So we have so many historical narrations is there in the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam especially. In the Bhagavatam, in the Puranas, the many narrations are there, how the demigods, how they lost their kingdom, and the demons, they come and chase them away. And Lord Vishnu, of course, will always have to come and intervene. Just like when there was a time when the demigods and the demons, they have to churn together the ocean of milk, Samudra, the ocean of milk. And the demigods, they have to cooperate with demons so that they can churn this ocean of milk. Why? Because demigods, they've lost their kingdom. And many demons also came, just like also Hiranyakashipu also. He kicked out the demigods out of their kingdoms. Hiranyakashipu, he took over the kingdom, the palace of Indradev, until Lord Nrsingadev came and killed him, so that the demigods, they again recovered their position. Similarly also, Maharaj Bali was also there. Maharaj Bali also, he took over the heavenly kingdom. He took over he got rid of the demigods by Indra, and then he took over the heavenly kingdom until Vamandev, he had to come. Why? Because the demigods, because of their, even though technically They are devotees of the Lord. Demigods are devotees. And they normally act on behalf of the Lord. But sometimes, because they were not pure devotees, they were materialistic devotees. They are not pure devotees. They are tinged with material desire. So they want sense gratification. And because they have so much opulence is there, so sometimes they forget who they are. And when they forget who they are, so they commit mistakes. Like one time, I think Indra, he was being taken by, one time Indra actually told the sages to carry him. He told his sages to carry him because he said, well, I'm the king of heaven. I'm the king Indra. I'm very powerful. I'm the most powerful person. So therefore, he ordered the sage to carry him. So the sages, they were very humble. So they were carrying him. And as the sages were walking, Indra said that, why are you going so slow? I think he kicked one of them with his foot. So the sages became angry with him. They said, oh, Indra, you become so puffed up, so therefore you will lose everything. They cursed him. So he lost everything, and then the demons took over. So in this instance of Vritasura also, this is also what happened. Because of the offense of Indra, which he committed, now the demons, they become victorious over the demigods. And then the demigods, they had to pray to Lord Vishnu to come and help them out. And then Lord Vishnu, he gave them the advice on, because in Vritasura, he was terrorizing the whole universe. He was creating so much chaos. So the demigods, they were praying to Indra to come. No, not the Indra. They were praying to Lord Vishnu to come and kill this demon. But Lord Vishnu said, no, I'm not going to kill him. You, Indra, you have to kill him. And then, of course, then the Lord gave the way by which Indra have to kill him. Said, okay, you ask the Daichi Muni to give his bone, and then from his bone, Vishwakarma will make a thunderbolt, and with this thunderbolt, then you'll be able to kill Vritasura. So now, how come the Lord does not want to kill Vritasura himself when the demigods pray to him? Normally, whenever the problems comes between the demigods and the demons, and the Lord comes, he normally takes care of the situation himself. He normally takes care of the situation, either by killing the demons or by tricking them, like the case of Bali Maharaj. But in this case, he said, I'm not going to kill Vritasura. So why is that? Because Vritasura was actually not a demon. He was actually a Vaishnava. But we're going to read in the next 2 chapters or so about the life, the glories of Vritasura. Here, Bhagavatam is actually glorifying Vritasura. Vritasura, in a sense, even though being the body of a demon, but by nature, he was not a demon, he was a Vaishnava. He was a devotee of the Lord. He was a devotee of the Lord. He was, in his previous life, he was King Chitraketu. He was a great Vaishnava, a great devotee of the Lord. So, how can the Lord kill his own devotee? He said, no. Even though, yes, this devotee may be in the body of a demon, no, I'm not going to kill him, so you have to kill him. So this is very, very interesting topic, that how come sometimes a devotee will sometimes become a demon? This is a very interesting point. So what happened? Because normally, once you're a devotee, you are always a devotee. And a devotee, just like the Lord says in the Bhagavad Gita, he said that, he said, Kontaya pratijana hi name bhakta panashyati. He said, my devotee will never perish. My devotee will never perish. This is what Krishna told Arjuna. So which means a devotee will never be in a situation whereby he has to lose his platform of being a devotee. So this is what Lord Krishna says, Name Bhakta Panashyati, my devotee would never perish. But in this case, we have one devotee, a great devotee, who had become a demon. By which the situation will need to be rectified. So exactly what happened? Why Vritasura, why Chitraketu, became a demon? Of course, as we read in the previous chapters, that, one time, King Chitraketu, he was wandering in the sky. He was going, because he has gone all over the planet. And then he saw Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva, he was giving a discourse to the sages. He was giving Bhagavad discourse to the sages. And Lord Shiva, on his lap, was his wife. Parvati was sitting on his lap. So Parvati was sitting on his lap, and he was giving a discourse to all the great sages. So just imagine I'm giving a lecture here, and then my wife is, we can't even think of it. But his wife was sitting on his lap. So as Chitraketu was going about in his airplane, and then he saw Lord Shiva giving a discourse to all the sages, who are brahmacharis, and there on his lap was his wife. So Chitraketu, he criticized Lord Shiva. He criticized Lord Shiva. He said, what is this? You are giving lectures to all the great sages, and your wife, and his wife is sitting on his lap, on your lap. So he criticized Lord Shiva. So when he did that, Parvati Devi became very angry at him. And of course, Lord Shiva was not disturbed, because Lord Shiva, he never get disturbed by anything. When we say Shiva, Shiva means auspicious, which means Lord Shiva, his very name of Shiva means auspiciousness, always calm. So Lord Shiva was not disturbed. After Lord Shiva, he knows everything. He knows Chitraketu that is also a Vaishnava. So he didn't say anything, but his wife, Parvati Devi, she became very angry at Chitraketu. She said, oh, you are such an upstart. You think you dare to criticize Lord Shiva? You don't know who Shiva is? So therefore, I cause you to become a demon. I cause you to become a demon. So, and then Chitraketu, of course, he came down from his airplane and pays obeisances to Parvati Devi and to Lord Shiva, and begged for forgiveness. And then, being a humble Vaishnava also, he accepted the cause that yes, he's going to become a demon. So that's how he became Vritasura. So, which means we, as aspiring Vaishnava, this is a great lesson for us. And that great lesson is that we have to be very, very careful about being judgmental of other devotees. Being judgmental of other devotees, being critical of other devotees. Vaishnava criticism is not something that is ever tolerated. To criticize a Vaishnava is actually considered to be a great offense, criticism. But it so happened that we are always enthusiastic to judge one another. If we see someone who does something wrong, we're always so enthusiastic to point finger, say, oh, just see what you're doing, this and that. We are, But Vaishnavism means it never find fault in others. We never find fault. There are so many stories. Like one time, one devotee, he went to Srila Bhaktisiddhanta, and then this devotee was criticizing his godbrother. And I was telling Bhaktisiddhanta that this devotee is doing this wrong, this wrong, this wrong, this wrong, this wrong. Many things. So many things was given out. And Srila Bhaktisiddhanta asked him that, is there anything that is doing right? He said, yes, he's a good Kirtan leader. So Srila Bhaktisiddhanta said, then why don't you glorify that? That'd be much more better for you. Instead of trying to find fault of what he was doing. Why not you glorify what he's doing correct? Instead of trying to see he's not doing this, he's doing this wrong, he's doing that wrong. So one time when one devotee, one of the leading devotee, somehow he fell away from his platform. One of the leading devotee in ISKCON, he gave up sannyas, he fell away, and all that. And the devotee, they went to Srila Prabhupada, criticizing this devotee. How he has done this, he's done that, he fell out from his position, this and that. So when Srila Prabhupada heard this, Srila Prabhupada was upset. He said that by you doing this, you make it difficult for him to come back. You will make it difficult for him to come back. So Srila Prabhupada actually admonished the devotees from criticizing the devotee who might have apparently fallen away or something. No, Srila Prabhupada never tolerated that. Another time when one devotee also, he actually fell away from sannyas also, and Srila Prabhupada somehow, he brought him back. He brought this devotee back to the movement. And Srila Prabhupada engaged him again in the service. And the devotee asked Prabhupada that, Prabhupada, Lord Chaitanya, he punished Chotaridas. Lord Chaitanya neglected, he punished, he chastised Chotaridas. Why are you not doing the same? Srila Prabhupada replied, I am not Lord Chaitanya. I am not God. So therefore, I cannot do as the Lord is doing. This was his reply. So there was one time when one devotee, he was Chaitanya Prabhu's devotee. So this devotee somehow, being in Navadip, he saw so many activities of Lord Nityananda which considered to be very uncommon. Because Lord Nityananda, when he was preaching in Nadir, so that time, Lord Nityananda, he would dress himself luxuriously. He would put on so many ornaments, that we put some gold clothing and all that. So, nice jewelries and all that. So this devotee, he had observed the characteristics of Nityananda Prabhu. He said that, Nityananda Prabhu is supposed to be a renounced person. How come he's wearing all these wonderful ornaments, wonderful clothing? Sometimes he will chew betel lips, sometimes. So he went to Puri and went to Chaitanya Prabhu in Jagannath Puri. So when he went to Puri, then he went to Chaitanya Prabhu and he raised his doubt, which he has about Lord Nityananda. So and he expressed what he had observed about Nityananda Prabhu, that Nityananda Prabhu is doing this, is doing that. So therefore, this is my doubt. So my dear Lord, please enlighten me. Please, maybe you can elevate my doubts. And then Mahaprabhu started instructing him. He said, Sunabi pra mahadikari ye bahai, tabe tana doya guna kichuna jamaya. Listen, My dear Brahmana, faults or defects do not affect an exalted person. This is what my Prabhu said. Fault or any defect do not affect a great person. Just like, as we said, Chitraketu was criticizing Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva is the greatest personalities. No fault could ever be attributed to him. So Mahaprabhu said that the fault or defect do not affect an exalted person. And then the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, it states, Namaye kanta bhaktanam guna dosod baba gunae sadunam samachitanam buddhi param upejusam. It said, material piety and sin which arise from the good and evil of this world cannot exist within my unalloyed devotees, who, being freed from material hankering, maintain steady spiritual consciousness in all circumstances. Indeed, such devotees have achieved me, the Supreme Lord, who am beyond anything that can be conceived by material intelligence. This is from the Uddhava Gita sections of the Bhagavatam. So the Lord mentioned here that the piety or sin cannot exist within the body of a pure devotees of the Lord. And then Mahaprabhu continued, Padma patayena kabo na iloge jalaya mata nityananda sarupa nimala paramata Krishna chanda tahana sarire nischaya janeya biprasavada bihari adhikari bhakari tahana amara dukapaya sejana papa jamataya rudabine anye yodi kori bishagana Savataya Muri Sava Purana Pramana. Just as water does not touch a lotus leaf, no faults touch Nityananda Swarup. O Brahmana, know that Krishna Chandra eternally resides in Nityananda's body. Those disregarding an exalted person will suffer miseries and reap sinful reactions. The Purana says that if anyone other than Lord Shiva drinks poison, he will surely die. And in Bhagavatam, he also said, Dhammo Vatikamo Rishta Ishwaranam Cha Sahasam Tejasamna Dosaya Bhane Sava Bhujo Yata. Sukade Goswami said, this is in the last concluding verse in the Rasa Panchadhyayi. So Sukade Goswami said, the status of powerful controllers is not harmed by any apparently audacious transgression of morality we may see in them, for they are just like fire, which devours everything fed into it and remains unpolluted. So this is very, very full of deep instruction that the status of great personalities can never be affected by what we see in this world to be the transgressions of mundane morality, the things of sin, things like that. The great personalities, they are never be affected by that. So therefore, the Vaishnavas should never be criticized under any circumstance. One should never find fault in the Vaishnavas. Now, we can say that, does that mean that, anybody can do anything in our devotional service and they can do anything, you can just let it go, we don't say anything? The only person that can find fault in a devotee is either an authority, that person is under this guidance, or the guru. The guru or the authority. Why? Because those two personalities, they correct they elevate the person because they don't see one's fault. They only see how much advancement one can make in devotional service. So which means we as regular devotees, we cannot find fault in other devotees. If you do that, then we get chastisement, we get a repercussion for that. So the one has to be very, very careful. So now you just say here, Nanta Samachare, Jata Manashapi Api Anishwara, Vinyashati Acharan, Madhya Yata Rudo Abdudi Jam Visham. That one who is not a great controller should never imitate the behavior of ruling personalities, even mentally. If out of foolishness, an ordinary person does imitate such behavior, he will simply destroy himself, just as a person who is not Rudra would destroy himself if he tried to drink an ocean of poison. So which means, personalities like Lord Shiva, they can do things which we cannot do. Like Lord Shiva, of course, he always totally unconcerned with this, with this material world. He's totally unconcerned, and having his energy is poverty Devi, sitting on his lap. Lord Shiva does not even take any notice. And then Chitaketi came and he tried to come and criticize that. So therefore he became a demon in his next life. So now Chaitanya Prabhu instructing this Brahman, and then he narrated a story from the Puranas. And this story was that after Krishna and Balaram, after they finished their education in the Sandipani Muni's ashram, and then they asked Sandipani Muni what they should give him for Guru Dakshin. So Sandipani Muni's wife said that their son is dead. So therefore, they want their sons back. If Krishna and Balaram can bring back their dead son. So Krishna and Balaram, they went and they brought back the dead son of Sandipani Muni. In this way, this was their Guru Dakshin. So knowing this event, so Mother Devaki in Dwarka, so Mother Devaki, she prayed to Krishna and Balaram that, I have heard how you had brought back your Guru's son, even though he had passed, he had died, but you brought him back. So I would like the same. I would like you to bring back my 6 sons who had been killed by cancer. I want you to bring them back. Because she knows that Krishna and Balaram, they are not ordinary personality, they are the God themselves. So therefore, she said that I want you to bring back my 6 sons. So Krishna and Balaram, then they know where these 6 sons of Devaki were. So they went to the planet of Bali. So they went to the planet of Bali and they asked Bali to give them these 6 sons of Devaki because their mother wanted them. And then Lord Krishna narrated how these 6 sons, how they were previously, in their previous life, they were the sons of Marichi. Marichi was the son of Brahma. So they were the sons of Lord Brahma. But one time, Lord Brahma, he got carried away. He was apparently chasing his daughter. He was running after his daughter. So when Lord Brahma was doing that, these 6 sons of Marichi, they started laughing. They were making a mockery of Lord Brahma. They say, a great person, but he's doing this. He's chasing his own daughter. So by them doing this, they actually fell from their position. They were cursed by criticizing such a great personality as Lord Brahma. So they were cursed. First, they became the sons of Hiranyakashipu, and then they were eventually killed by Indra. And now, then they take birth again in the womb of Devaki, one after the other, and then they were killed by Kamsa. So, the only way by which they can be free from the offense is if those 6 sons of Marichi, if they are purified by the breast milk of Devaki. So Lord Krishna requested Bali to give them these 6 sons, and these 6 sons was taken to Mother Devaki, and by Mother Devaki, she fed them her breast milk, and then taking Vaishnava Prasad, so they became purified of their sins. In this way, they were warned not to do this again. So, of course, our time is going. This is just, many stories are there to let us know that, yes, great personalities should never be criticized, no matter how exalted we are. We should never criticize somebody who is above us. Even somebody who's on our level, a Vaishnava should only see the good in others. We should only see the good in others by rendering service to one another. We should not see the fault in the other person. Okay, so thank you very much. If there's any question or comment, you can please. Any question? Were you able to hear me? Is it? Were you able to hear me? Huh? Okay. Any question? Is it time for Prashad? How to ask a question? Huh?
Prabhuji, like it's you're coming from. Can you share some kind of struggles by spreading Krishna consciousness? What kind of struggles you face in the country? Like
some studies.
Yes, like it's not so easy to spread Krishna consciousness. In India, it is maybe easy, but not in your country. So
yes,
can you
of course.
share?
Yeah, I came from Africa.
Yes, can
That's
you
where
share
I came from.
so that we can get more inspired to spread this Krishna consciousness?
Yeah, I joined in the early days of ISKCON in Africa. Yeah, it's not definitely easy to spread Krishna consciousness in Africa, America, all over, outside India, because people don't know anything about Krishna. So, I know that especially in the beginning days, when people see us wearing dhoti, they will say, what is this? What is this? Why are you wearing an Indian dress? You know, so it was, but because we have been given some special message by Prabhupada, so even though it was a difficult situation, it's not easy to convince anybody about Krishna consciousness. But we have to, because that was the order given by Prabhupada, that yes, this Krishna consciousness must be given to people. So, like Srila Bhaktivedanta said that it takes 8 gallons of blood to convince someone about Krishna consciousness. But that is in India, 8 gallons of blood. But outside of India, you have to get ready to shed at least 100 gallons of blood in order to convince someone about Krishna. But somehow, Krishna consciousness is going on. You know, it's going on all over the world, Africa, Europe, everywhere. You know, I was fortunate to be one of the pioneers of ISKCON. I joined in 1977, so I was fortunate to be one of the pioneers. And we have open Krishna consciousness in many countries. So, and this, as Bhaktivedanta said, that preaching is the life of a devotee. That any devotee, anyone who has life, can preach, can spread Krishna consciousness. And if you do that, then you will get the blessing of the Lord. You get the blessing of Vaishnavas and the Lord, if you spread the Lord's message. So Lord Krishna says that no one is more dear to me than one who preaches about me, my glories, you know. Anyway, you know, most of you know me. When you come to Vrindavan, you see me all the time in Vrindavan, you all know me. So thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki, Grantura Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki. Go Pimanande. Hare Bol.
His Grace Ishwar Prabhu ji ki.